We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Green Bay Packers. He shifts past him, and he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll run it here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that. Because all week long, offensive line meetings,
touchdown, Packers! Their dangerous wide receiver. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry here for Frank Gore. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Here's the offense, and if you're the defense, Charles, you really have to focus on that guy that's highlighted on the screen.
You're talking about pure speed. T.Y. Hilton can get down the middle of the field and really stretch a defense.
Well, they've gone backwards so far in this series, 3rd and 13.
Here we go.
Now Tolzien. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. On is Pat McAfee to punt it away for Indianapolis.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to...
Touchdown, Packers! A great effort there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Perry in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well. What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Packers get set to go. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there was some holes.
And this is caught. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 52 yards.
Defending a deep route, even when it's thrown on time, is very difficult. But when he's able to maneuver outside of the pocket, that's almost unfair. He's bought extra time. His offensive line has protected him. And now when the ball's in the air, the guy downfield has a chance to make a better adjustment. That's just wrong on every level as far as the defender is concerned.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. That's caught at the 3. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding his safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. We get a look at the Packers defense as they work their way into position. They were able to force the 3-and-out last time, led to the punt, and then led to a touchdown for their crew. So they'll be looking for a little bit more of that, Charles.
Well, I think that they created the spark with the 3-and-out. Gave a little momentum to their offense. Who said, all right, appreciate it, guys. And they took the ball downfield and stuck it in the end zone.
And that defense wasn't out there long. They'll be trying to keep it short here. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On 1st down, it's Gore. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. One receiver left is Hilton. Tolzien. And they're going to bring him down. Back across midfield at the 45. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Room here to run. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. I guess that's what happens when you give the current NFL rushing leader that much room. And
when you do, all you're doing is solidifying his standing at the top of the leaderboard. He's going to continue to get more and more yards. Good luck trying to chase him down.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Second down, just 1 yard to go. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And on third down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
They come up in an offset eye. Now Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And the Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Aaron Donald that time getting in there to disrupt. Only in his 3rd year now, but boy, early impact.
Early impact and always wants to get better. You know what he's done on Christmas Day for the last 2 years?
No, but I want to know.
Gone in and watched tape, trying to get better even on that special day.
Think he had some turkey, too?
I think they delivered whatever he wanted right to the film session.
Here's Pat McAfee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because
and Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. So a major development here. Aaron Rodgers out. And they'll hand things over to their backup quarterback and task him with preserving this lead. Buying time to his left. Now he'll and got his man complete. And all the way up. To the 49. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice and
I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Packers continue to roll. And this is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now on second down, this is Gore. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And a look here at the Colts defense. And maybe for them at this stage, it's sort of put up or shut up time. They need to stop trailing here.
Oh, I'm with you totally on that one. They've got to go out there now and put an end to what's been going on in this ball game where they've just given up points, got to push.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Wilson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers are pouring it on. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. Now, that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now a handoff for Gore. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
And nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now we get a look at the captain of this offense heading back out there now. Yeah, they have had success on the ground, really as a team, doing well carrying the football. So maybe a little less pressure on his shoulders as the quarterback.
Any pressure he's carrying right now, that's self-inflicted, right?
And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Packers. Their big tight end, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers continue to roll.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
He'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And complete into the hands of Fowler. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Colts defensive unit trots back out there. They were picked apart really on that last drive through the air. Now 2 touchdowns against some of the passing variety here in this first half.
And momentum totally going against them right now. One way to shift it, a big sack.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there just before halftime. 68 yards. And they're going to speed things up here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Dancing to his left. Touchdown, Packers. Their big tight end in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are pouring it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Returnable for Dorsett. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
Tight end right, tight end right. 3 down. Hey, check. All right, here we go. 3 down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Allen has it, left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Pat McAfee now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see.
And now off to the races down the right side. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 66 yards on the ground. Well, every quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, loves to have plays like that from a guy running the ball.
Takes a lot of pressure off the youngster, doesn't it? He doesn't have to throw the ball in bad situations. Just turns around, hands it to his big horse. And we've seen rookie quarterbacks ride great runners right into the playoffs.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could all. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Ripkowski, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers continue to roll. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
You remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their pullback and pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Another carry now for Gore. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because
blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Here's Pat McAfee now, standing just about on his own goal line. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. Oh, he slipped right by him. Fights off another.
I think the second tackler would have learned from the first.
He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see that.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with a career-high 4-touchdown game. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The four-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt, in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. Taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Packers are pouring it on.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packers defense here getting ready. They sure didn't get a whole lot of rest. They had the 3 and out, forced a punt, but that's returned. Touchdown, so they're on the field quickly.
So they're cheering. They're happy. They like what they saw.
They're like, oh, I got to go get my helmet. Right?
But it is a quick turnaround, so we'll see how they handle that on this possession.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Set, 3-19.
Now Tolzien. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
It appears that the pressure is affecting him today. Normally, he knows exactly when to get rid of the football, but today, because he's been hit a few times, he's getting rid of it a little bit too quickly.
Here's Pat McAfee now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Fielded at about the 28. And there he goes again. Touchdown, Packers. Second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers continue to roll.
Brandon, his second punt return for a touchdown in this game. Where's Marvin? That's got to be somewhere near a record, right?
Well, it ties the record, as you know. Been done 14 times coming into 2016. Hasn't been done since 2012 until that moment. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll set up to throw. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it up, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Tolzien. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Let's go. 1, 9.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with an unbelievable 5th touchdown of the game. And with that carry, he has done it. He breaks the single-game rushing record.
How about doing it in the spotlight of our game? How wonderful is that to see all those yards accumulated, culminating in a brand new NFL record.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts getting ready to go. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go out on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Now let's go. Blue Niner. Blue Niner.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got time in the pocket. Over the middle, Dorsett. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. One receiver left is Hilton.
Set. Green, 39.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, had his his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
This is brought in at the 21. Oh, spinning away. He won't go down. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because
and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Packers are pouring it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Allen's got it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The All-Pro from 2015, Aaron Donald, in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now Tolzien. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Throwing, Hundley steps away to his left. That's caught inside the 20. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just the... First, they've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Red zone opportunity. looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. Oh, nice move. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's up.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Nick Perry in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on third down after that sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance.
Oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
They'll look to set up his blockers.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Hogan now, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now, after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed. Yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
Finding time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's pulled in at the 32. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel